So you have a dream, you have your vision, you have everything that you want to go to make your life better, to make your life great, to fill it with abundance. However, I've been reading a lot lately, and one of the things that continues to come into play when we're constructing our dream is the fact, who do we surround ourselves with? It is a really hard climb to climb from nothing to have something, and then go from something to have abundance if your team is built around one person, or if your team is built around people who don't share your dream, who don't share your vision, who don't share your energy, your capacity, your desire to be better. It is really hard to climb up. This episode is called Crabs in a Bucket. You are the company you keep. I recently read that you are the average of the 5 people that you surround yourself with the most. If the 5 people you surround yourself with the most don't have ambition, and they don't have the desire to move forward, and they don't want to support you, and if they are by chance abusive to you, well, everything you try to do is going to be moderately destructive. So it's really important to build that team. Crabs in a bucket. My great uncle, Mama Green's brother, used to say, if you jump in a bucket of crabs, you don't ever have to put the lid on, because as the crabs try to climb to the top, there will be certainly a crab that will pull them back in. And if you ever watch that, you'll see that's an absolute fact. That one crab tries to crawl out of the bucket, start off a new life, and next thing you know, another crab grabs it by the claw and brings it back down. There's nothing more important than building your team. And it's not just the team that you're building, because look at each individual within your team. Every single person is networked to others. And so often when we're in school, we learn these concepts of what we're supposed to learn by the textbook, but the one thing that we really don't learn is how to construct our network. Because lying within our network is resources. Some persons are very good mathematically. Some persons are really good at hearing your emotional venting. There's other persons who have financial resources that you may have. Some people are lawyers, some are doctors, some are pharmacists, some are whatever they are. But when they come into contact with you, what they're really bringing with them are all their experiences. They're bringing their experiences, they're bringing their know-how, they're bringing their knowledge, they're bringing their resource base. So when you're actually out there building your dream, building your vision, you have to think in terms of who's on my team. What are the resources that I can pull from them, and what resources in return can I give to them? So when we take a look at our team and we take a look at our vision, it's really important to be mindful of who we surround ourselves with. For example, Michael Jordan may have been the greatest basketball player of all time. Maybe it's LeBron. Me personally, I'm a Julius Erving fan. I always loved Dr. J. Well, as great as they are, as much as they practice, they still had to have a coach on the team, they still had to have a trainer, and they still had to have teammates, they had general managers, they had a whole entire network of people that helped them be great. They had to do the practice, they had to do the work, they had to have the vision. And when Julius would come down court and he would take off from that free throw line, hey, it was great that he could do that, but all that practice, it still is a matter of him getting in the game. And he got in the game because he was surrounded by a lot of great talent, a lot of great coaches. So when we take a look at how do we expand, how do we find our greatness, it really is important. Who do you keep with you? Who's on that team, right? So if you surround yourself with persons who are using drugs, people who are drinking too much, people who have lost their ambition, people who no longer have the drive or the desire to become more, people who aren't reading, then what's going to happen? You're not going to read. You're not going to be driven. So it's really important. What you read should be a reflection of who you want to be. The people that you're surrounded with, they should be reading too. They should be engaging in lifelong learning. So when we take a look at trying to get to our abundance, one thing that we look at is how do we link into the broader institutions, right? That's called social capital. Every linkage that I have, whether it's working with professors, whether it's working with business owners, whether it's working within my own business, I have linkages into their linkages. That's my social capital. I have a very strong network of friends and people that I have surrounded myself with. Also, it's your cultural capital. That is, what is your belief system? What's your value system? Your beliefs, your values, your language system is going to be a reflection of those people you're with, right? How often do you start to laugh and talk and say the same jokes as persons who are your best friends, right? So basically, we become a reflection of who we're around. Build that team, find your greatness, eliminate those who bring you down, surround yourself with those who bring you up. You do that enough times, you're going to find yourself living a life of abundance. More hope tomorrow. Thanks for joining me.